All right, guys, and welcome to another player profile with me, Josh. Today I'm joined by Mr. David Fashbinder. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
So, David, what do you do within the Dragon Ball world? Tell the world.
So I am probably most known for being one of the admins for the Facebook community group. Group's gotten very big over the years. We're 21,000 members strong and growing every day. I'm also a judge with the game. I've been fortunate to been the head judge for many of the bigger events in the game's last few years, going back to Nationals 2019, every year since, Worlds this past year, which was great. And then also been a head judge at Gen Con going back to 2019 as well, for all the events that take place there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's my byline these days.
Yeah, so how did you first get into the game or take interest in it in general?
Sure. So I've played every Dragon Ball game that's been released in the States since the Score version back in 2000, with the exception of the Bandai Naruto reskin. I was pretty into other games at that time, like Versus System competitively. So that one didn't really get any attention from me. I think by the time it did, it was already dead. So when the Panini game was basically killed in order to pave the way for the Super iteration by Bandai, I was a little hesitant at first to jump in. I was actually one of the developers and playtesters for the Panini game through its first 5 sets, and then quit so that I could play competitively again. But then I got the demo decks with my friends, and we tried it out and we really liked it. So we jumped in starting with set 1 and haven't looked back.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So, what would you say? Obviously you're a judge mainly, so I'll bend the question a little for it. What would you say is your best achievements in Dragon Ball Super? Like your favorite moment or favorite thing that you've got from doing it?
My favorite thing, honestly, just being involved in the game and being able to work with Bandai directly, kind of as like an advisor, to them, is definitely been cool. I don't have like a formal business relationship or anything, but the fact that, they recognize and trust me to help them, navigate a few things with the US market and pick my brain on some stuff is really cool. Plus the fact that they've allowed to create that channel between me and them to get ruling questions answered and help, has been very good.
Yeah, no, I mean that must be amazing. And how did that all come about? Did they just see that you had been judging a lot in the US and they made the contact themselves?
Quite the opposite. So back in 2019, when we had to rush together to put together the Gen Con and Nationals events on a shoestring budget, due to the fallout with ARG no longer being partnered with Bandai for organized play, TAC Games brought me on to help them run the events. I have a long relationship with them going back to the Score days, and they knew that I could be trusted. They knew that I could have the knowledge to run the events, and then I was obviously in the US. I was already going to Gen Con, so it worked out very nicely. And then I got put in touch with Bandai during that time, because it's like, hey, who do I talk to if we have a ruling question or something like that, that supersedes my knowledge. Obviously, as the head judge, you can make the call, but you kind of want it to be right whenever possible.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's when that bridge
are the ones that know. Yeah.
So that's when that bridge kind of got built, and
fantastic.
We built it up and made it work over the years. So.
No, that's great. And would you say it's stronger than ever at this point with competitive games coming back and stuff right now?
Oh yeah, it's super strong, and then obviously they have more games too, right? They have Digimon, they have One Piece. So I'm not involved with those like I am with Dragon Ball, but the fact that I think they're recognizing that they need to have that educated group of people out in the world who can deliver these rules and updates. And as you guys have seen, the Bandai machine doesn't always move super quickly with certain things, so being able to reply as quickly as possible. Obviously the time difference plays a big part into it. If I'm at my locals on a Friday night, they're just waking up. So there's not always that. So that's why I try to get out in front of as many things as I can, in order to steer, especially ahead of a big event. I'll sit down a week beforehand and be like, all right, what's the burning questions in the community? What's everyone constantly asking? So that we can make sure that everything's crystal clear before the event kicks off.
I think it's fantastic that you give the community the opportunity to have the connection as well by asking for questions and stuff. That's really incredible, and it's very selfless work. So yeah, I really appreciate you for that.
Oh, thanks. I learned, I cut my teeth back in the Panini days where maybe I was very involved and got involved in every argument, every discussion, everything, and it was a bit crazy. And then someone introduced me to that magical block button on Facebook, and it's made my life much much easier. So definitely a good thing to do, and it's something that is important to me because, again, as I've gotten older, gotten more commitments, wife, kids, full-time job, don't have the time and energy to devote to the game that I would have in my younger days.
Of course.
So being able to be involved at this level by doing this stuff is really a great privilege, and allows me to really still be in this world, in this universe, to the extent that I can without having to, practice, join teams, travel all over all the time, to be competitive. So
yeah, absolutely. There's a great deal of respect, obviously, between Bandai and you, and it can only help the community. So it's really great. So, furthering on from you saying you haven't got as much time to put in, how much do you play?
If I'm lucky, I get to go to my locals on Friday nights at kitchen table games in Pinellas Park, Florida. There's a great scene there. People that have won regionals, people that have multiple nationals tops. It's a very competitive locals, and I've only been down here for a few years. When the game first launched, I was back in New York, and locals of varying difficulty there, with some well-known players at the time being there, but then also not at other shops. So I try to play something different every week, because for me it's fun. I do love deck building and being in the lab, so to speak. So I'll get an idea. For me, it's a good creative outlet. So I'll do a lot of pulling up Deck Planet on my lunch break, or even just Notepad on my phone when an idea strikes.
Nice.
It's always been a big point of mine to try to make my decks in any game that I do something different, catch people off guard. Like that means a lot to me. Ever since I kind of got bit with the bug back in 2003 with the score game, in 2004, excuse me, when I was able to get top 8 at the World Championship with a Chi-Chi deck.
Oh, wow.
That no one ever used that main personality competitively before, but being able to take something that most people overlooked, and then do something reasonably competitive with it, that's always a point of pride.
Satisfying,
for me.
Yeah, 100%.
And in this game, it doesn't always work out great. This game's a lot more intricate in terms of what needs to happen in order to make something work.
I think when you're playing really good players, surprise is actually a huge huge component in potential victory though, normally, because
one of my
most players have played everything, you know, on the meta. So if you just pull something out randomly, they might be like, oh, that
exactly.
It's
one of my favorite
strategy.
things whenever someone wants to go, what does this do, and wants to pick up the card and read it, because that means that, you know, I'm accomplishing something.
Okay, so what's your favorite deck in the Dragon Ball game ever, and why?
Oh man. So I guess I'll break it down because I have a lot of favorites. Decks that aren't around anymore, I'm going to go with the Frieza Prison.
Oh, yeah,
Frieza Prison deck. That was the last thing I used at an official competitive event back at the Celebrations event in Orlando, Florida in early 2019.
Great.
You know, I did reasonably well with them. I think I went X2 at the event.
Not bad.
Yep, and you know, that was right during the Gogeta Shenron days, and you know, being able to hang with decks like that was really cool. And I just love the control deck, and I love Frieza. He's my favorite character, so anytime I can build something new with a Frieza clan or something like that, I'm gonna do it. As far as current decks, you know, I've had a lot of success with Yellow, Gold, and Frieza. And then
very fun.
But then my personal pet deck, which I didn't even realize was kind of my pet deck, but then I realized, like, hey, I've had this now for like 4 sets, you know, and it's still in my deck case, as the Meki Kabura deck from Supreme Rivalry, with the Wish Leader.
The Wish Leader, very cool.
Yep. And I've built that deck, rebuilt that deck numerous times, gotten really good with it. You know, being a player, that the more reps you have with the deck in this game really matters.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
you know,
experience is everything. If you know what your opponent's going to try and do to you, you got such an advantage.
Or even just knowing your own deck and what it can do, and what the cards in it can do. Like
confidence is a lot as well. You know,
confidence and knowing that you have a solve somewhere in there for your current situation.
Yeah, exactly.
So that deck has seen a lot of iterations, and I might be tweaking that to run tomorrow at my locals, so we'll see. Nice. Spoiler alert, I guess.
This might not be out tomorrow, but maybe it's not going live at least. So
I hope everyone likes my wife's chair back here, by the way. That's flowers. She's got this is our game room, so that's her chair, and I've got a boring brown leather one next to it. But you know, definitely add some color to the room.
So, what compelled you to become a judge? I know you've answered some of this already, but and how has your journey been since first picking up a Dragon Ball card?
Journey's been wild. I mean, you know, I had been going to Gen Con every year for the longest, but I hadn't gone for a handful of years before this game picked back up. You know, so it was fun to be able to go again. Make new friends, see old friends. You know, there's a handful of people that have jumped over from the old games to the new one, but for the most part, it's a lot of new faces. Being involved with Bandai, being involved with the community group, moving from New York to Florida with my family during the life of the game, you know, obviously introduced me to a whole new scene, whole new people, new friends. Being a judge hasn't always been easy. Some of the events, it's a lot of work, a lot of hours.
Oh no, I can see that. I can see that.
My body is, you know, I think I remember after Nationals day 1, going back to the hotel room to like take my shoes off and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can feel it. And you know, it's not
sure.
super easy. You know, being out in front of a large group of people, making announcements, being definitive, that part comes easy. You know, in my day job, I'm a manager, you know, corporate America and all that sort of stuff. So that's something that I've been doing for years. Yeah. Translated very easily over to judging. I probably would have been judging sooner in the game's life, but if anyone recalls, back in the early times of the game, you really only had like one judge per store, right? Because what else were you going to judge? There wasn't enough, you know, compensation or really need to have multiple. And Aaron Abraham, one of the other admins from the community group, who was really kind of like the father of that group, and worked with Bandai even way before I did, on promoting the game and getting it, up in America. I remember one time he even told me his goal was to be the me from Panini for this game when it was starting. So he was my local judge, and there was no need to supplant him or no need to do anything like that. So I took my test. I passed my test back in the day, but I didn't really do anything with it until Gen Con 2019.
Yeah. So, and Gen Con were you head judging there, or you were just?
I was the only judge.
The only judge. Okay.
It was that 2019. We did that on a shoestring budget, but that was such a fun event. I think I had one helper there. So they would Blaine. That would be facetious of me to say it was the only judge, but for some of the events I was.
The only one that mattered. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry.
But we had side events. We had regional level events. That was a tremendous year. It was a ton of fun. Pricing was really good. We had tons of custom play mats and all that stuff. Assault of the Sands had just dropped, so we ran a box sealed event, which I would love to see more of that. That was, I told them, I was like, the only one I want to play in is that box sealed. Buy a box, build a deck with what comes inside, and it was a brand new set. Super cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, they had an emergency, so I had to drop after getting my box and judge. But that was just so much fun.
Yeah,
and,
actually saying that, at our locals, we always do sealed for pre-releases, and it's quite fun actually.
It is. I love sealed. It's one of my favorite formats in this game, just for the pure fun factor. Yeah. And for people that have played the game for a long time, it's like one of the truest formats to kind of how the game used to feel before it got more complex and with more high-end effects, where it was kind of just like pay your energy, play your guy, see who can do it better. So that was it's always a lot of fun. Sealed.
So some fun questions from for you. Which card do you think should be banned? Like just completely your personal preference.
Personal. My personal is.
Like which card do you hate the most and think shouldn't be in the game?
Let's see. Probably right now, I would say the Super Saiyan God Sealing Trunks from Rise of the Unison Warrior.
Oh, okay.
The counterplay that bounces a card. Yeah, I know Blue needs it, but
sealing.
I hate that card. I think it's way too powerful. And the fact that this will be updated. This will be updated on the Q&A post I have on the community group. If it's not already, I can't recall if I posted it yet.
Please don't ban it.
It's not being banned, but Bandai confirmed, even powering it up, essentially, that if you counterplay a Z battle card that doesn't have deflect with that, it's going to remove it from the game. Really powerful. So for me, it's like, come on, man, it's free. It's really powerful, but I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. It's just one of those cards where I'm just like, man. Maybe it's because I'm a scrub and I like to play a lot of older stuff that doesn't have to flat.
Fair enough.
But that I would love to see that card go bye-bye.
Fair enough. So, which card? Furthermore to that, then, which card do you think shouldn't be banned? Like, which card that's banned do you think would you like to just
that's
have?
On the ban list now.
It's on the current ban list. And maybe not shouldn't be, but which card do you wish wasn't? Because you love it.
Do I wish wasn't? Okay.
There's a lot of arguments about what
I got one for you.
Go on.
I'll say let's see, who do I wish wasn't banned?
As a judge, maybe Fu, because it makes the tournament shorter.
That's for sure. But as a player, I can't abide that.
No, good.
Honestly, I think Bardock the Progenitor could probably come off the list. Just speaking more like practical, like power level wise. I
you
think
explain
that
to people what that card does?
yeah, sure. That's the one drop from Colossal Warfare that was kind of the driver in the Storm deck back in the day.
Yeah.
So that was, you play it, you can bounce it back because of the fail to find rule with swap, where you don't technically need a target to play.
Yeah.
And since your hand's a secret area, can't verify if you have one or not.
Yeah.
So, the ability to pick up life that early doesn't really matter as much anymore. That was really like the ultimate turbo awaken, right? And card advantage back in, and not to mention when it was combined with a leader like Super Saiyan 3 Goku before he was banned. Now you have decks that can awaken like as soon as they play a unison on turn 2 and everything like that. So to me, it's not as necessary to be on there, but we'll see what they want to do.
Okay, so what is your opinion on the state of the game in general at the moment? And is there anything you'd personally want to see implemented into competitive play as you're at the forefront of it?
Sure. So I think the game is at a really great point right now from a competitive standpoint. I think the playing field's really flat. I think player skill matters now more than maybe even ever. Maybe since like set 1. But even then you were carried so much by the quality of specific cards. Now I don't think as much. There's a reason why, despite net decking, you see the same people doing great at events again and again, even sometimes with out of nowhere decks, because the skill really matters right now, and that's a great place for any game to be.
Yeah,
the fact that I can even consider rolling into my locals with a different deck every week is pretty incredible if you think about it. Compare it to a game like Digimon, where players are complaining that the meta has been the same for 3 sets. Like, we haven't had that problem
no, we
in a
don't.
long time.
It's actually, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it's exactly 10 leaders per set in the Unison Warrior series, but it seems around that. And that really freshens things up, it can...
Even counting promos or anything else that might come out on the side.
Yeah, 100%,
So, yeah, it freshens everything up. Just from my interactions with Bandai, I could tell that, like, their development process is getting tighter and tighter as time goes on. And I'm really impressed. I mean, even if you look at some of the Zenkai stuff that's come out so far, it's like most importantly, it's all really exciting. Like, even for, I've seen, like, from a competitive standpoint, I've seen mixed reactions on, like, the Green Turtle School stuff. But I think it's really cool, and you see a lot of players super excited to try it out. So the fact that there's even that excitement is a huge improvement from where we were, back in sets 5, 6, where people could size something up in like a minute and be like, oh, I'm not even gonna have fun playing this because it's just gonna get stomped. So, the fact that people really want to try stuff out is a testament to how healthy most things are in the game right now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Bandai they're always adding new cards in which are meta relevant, eating every set.
I think they've learned kind of where they need to push the envelope and where they don't. Yeah. I think what we're seeing now with the reveals from the new anniversary box, if you compare it to like the power level of the cards from last year's anniversary box, I think it's going to blow them out of the water. Not to mention, people love stuff that's going to bring their old stuff back into the forefront, even just locals level competitive,
So would you say that's what the anniversary box a lot is steered towards? Like,
it always has been, right? If you think about it, it's
course,
always been about bolstering archetypes that maybe needed a little help, fan favorites, things of that. And now we've seen with the tiny few leaks that we have seen, reveals from the video, we've seen that it's a lot of like Z Awaken leaders for old characters and stuff like that. So, in theory, that should be stuff that brings those decks into the modern era, if you want, So hopefully the effects hold water, the ones that haven't been fully revealed, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you know what's to come, so
I have some idea, but I don't know all the details.
That's fair enough. Are you excited for implementing the new Z engine into the?
Yeah, I think the mechanic it's really good in its simplicity of how the mechanic works.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, because one thing I was terrified when I heard new mechanic is, oh man, like it's hard. It's not getting to the level of like some past games that I've played with terms of the difficulty to onboard new people. But whatever was introduced now needed to toe that line between being engaging and interesting enough for competitive players and longtime players, but also not like scary.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. That was a concern of mine that because yeah, I mean, I started playing about 7 or 8 months ago myself, like competitively, well, trying to be competitive, and I did find it very hard at first, and I said to myself that people that aren't as determined as I am with stuff would probably get put off by this game. So it did worry me a bit, but I feel like as long as the product's accessible, like it's easy to get these Z decks, I think it will be very easy.
And one
to
thing
understand.
that you've seen with what's been revealed so far is that the starter decks are good. This time around.
Absolutely.
And that green Gotenks, I think he's got staying power, and a lot of people talking about how splashy the Goku Apes ability is with the tap all.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So
I mean, that's the card I'm excited about the most, to be honest.
So if you look at other games that are really successful at attracting new blood, the starter decks being really good and competitive is a first step. To doing that, where someone can get it, at least play and have fun. Maybe they can't win, a high competitive local right out of the box with it, or a regional, but they won't be like, this isn't fun, I'm not having fun, I don't want to explore this more.
Absolutely. So finally, before we get into our game, do you have any shout outs or plugs?
Just want to say I'll be at Gen Con coming up next week. I'm not sure how quickly this is going to air.
It should air before then.
Okay. Yeah, so Gen Con will be there.
Mr. Editor will be on it actually, so get it done.
There you go. We'll have events for Digimon and Dragon Ball every day, both games. We'll be in the Lucas Oil Stadium field, which is really cool for any American football fans out there. We'll also have a great presence for One Piece for the demo area. Fantastic, over there. So come check us out, even if you're not playing or couldn't get in. And then just shout out to the community group and all the mods and admins that I work with there. Great team. And, thank you to all the fans that make that page what it is. And thanks to Bandai and to DBS Deck Planet. I mean, the service that you guys provide is tremendous. I use it every day.
We're curious. We're curious. Do Bandai know that we exist?
They do.
Oh, they do. Well, maybe we can get some contact going between the boss man and you.
It's tough when it comes to anything that has to do with the licensed material, man.
Absolutely.
Because Bandai, the people that I work with don't even have final say over a lot of that stuff. They have to go back to a licensor. There's blessing of working with an IP like Dragon Ball, but then there's a lot of baggage that comes with it as well.
100%. So, well, we'll put it this way: the big boss man Tristan that created Deck Planet, he's currently working on coding on how he's going to do the Z deck and get it all involved. So we're on it. We're on it. We're getting prepped. So
good.
Yeah, anyone that's going to be making their lists,
Well, previews are going to be every day on the community group and on the official Facebook page. Until I think almost the end of August.
As soon as they started happening, we were like, Tris, there's Z cards, and he's like, what are Z cards? Oh no, coding.
Well, the plan is to have every card revealed before the set hits distributors. That's the goal. So we'll have everything revealed before then to try to reduce the amount of leaks and stuff like that. 100%. Obviously, Comic-Con had a bunch of stuff, but obviously Comic-Con, it's okay.
It's fine. The hype's good anyway. Even if it's almost even more exciting when there's like dodgy photos that have been taken from behind someone's back.
That photo just of the Zenkai series logo the day before the video dropped, and I think that got like 20,000 engagements on Facebook. But yes, the hype is real. So I'm excited.
All right, thank you, David. Let's get our decks ready then, I guess, and
good.
Have a game. All right, so we're going to play now. So we're going to be playing, as always, I'm going to be playing decks from set 17. And I'm going to be playing the same again, the Goku Fearless Fighter. What are you playing today, David?
I'm going to give Dr. Mew and General Rildo, the Machine Mutant deck from the set, a shot. It's always kind of caught my eye. Never really bothered to throw it together because it definitely looks casual at best, but that's what we're doing here. So we'll see. Maybe it'll surprise us.
I mean, a few of my local buddies actually have played that deck, so I have a bit of experience with it, and it can be good. It can be powerful. It's got some.
Oh, it's good. That means you have more experience than I do with it.
Yeah. If you need any pointers, no, I'm just kidding. Do you want to roll?
Yeah, sure. What are you rolling? 2d6?
Yeah, 2d6. I rolled a 5.
Let's just see. I only got a 4. Going at you.
There you go. Okay. So yeah, I've been playing this deck a fair amount. It's quite enjoyable, to be fair. It can have mixed results, though. I will say that it's very much on the front side for the leader swing. It's very much, if you don't hit, it's.
Oh yeah.
I played Andrew Duval last week when I did an interview, and I missed on the first 2 swings, and yeah, he was playing Gamma, so.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah. Say hello to Cell.
Okay. Get my life going.
Thanks again for coming and doing this. It's been a real pleasure.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is a great distraction for my workday today, so I appreciate it.
All right. So.
Ready when you are.
Okay. I'm going to charge. I'm going to pay 1. Play Yamcha.
Okay.
I'm going to plus up to 2.
Okay.
And pass my turn.
Great. Okay, I'm going to charge. Rildo. Let's see. I'll attack your leader with my leader.
No negates.
Okay, I'm going to, with my ability, play Ribbit.
Here's a judge one for you. So if I counterplay with Vegeta, does that mean because your autos go off before mine that I would be able to block with him in this window?
So, great question. So it would not work because we're already in the checkpoint when the card is coming down and you're responding to it.
Yep.
So you would not have that window. The opportunity to activate blocker has already passed when my auto goes pending for this. My autos go pending, your autos go pending, but he's not in play yet. Great question, though.
There you go.
All right. So you'll counter with Vegeta. That's fine. He'll come in tapped. And I'll resolve his ability to get a Nezzy.
That was a pretty deep question. I don't think every judge could answer that.
Those questions come up a lot about when a card needs to be out to see blocker.
Yeah.
I think one of the other more popular ones recently was the Videl SR from Cross Spirits, the green one. That one came up a lot as well. Okay. So this Nezzy goes to my hand, and then I'm swinging with a 10k.
I will take the hit.
Okay. Okay. I'll pay 1. Play the Nezzy.
Yep.
Any responses?
No response.
Okay. I will search for a Bizu.
Yep. It's a successful turn 1 for sure.
Okay. And then I'll pass my turn to you.
Draw for 10. Charge. +0 on Yamcha, and I'll I'll draw a card. I will swing at your leader for 10k.
No negates.
Auto, take a life. Check the top 5 for a 1-cost unison. Oh, there is no 1-cost unison. That's fine. And that's just going to be 10.
I'll take the hit.
I'll swing at your rested battle card for 5k.
Yeah, I figured that one was coming. No negates.
Just 5.
Just 5. I'm gonna combo with a Super Sigma.
And I will pass my turn.
Polite. Okay.
It's a really nice map, by the way. Very nice.
Thank you. Nationals 2019, the last time they had a level 2 specific mat.
Interesting.
Channel Rildo. Okay. First things first. I'll pay 1 to activate the Union Absorb. This guy. Bizu from my hand, Ribbit from the battle area, Super Sigma from my deck or drop area. Any responses?
Yeah, I'm gonna play another rifle transformation.
Okay. Okay. So he's in play now. I'll draw a card. And then I get to choose one of your battle cards and give it -10 for the turn. Sure, one of the Vegetas.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to Awaken because I have 3 cards under my Super Sigma to put under my leader. Okay, and then I draw a card, switch 1 energy to active mode, and go down to 6 life. Okay.
What does that card do on the front side? On the leader side, sorry.
On the new side, the Awaken side?
Yeah, on the Awaken side.
So once per turn, if I evolve or Union Absorb, I get to draw a card. It has that same ability to play a 1-drop on swing, and then it has an activate battle once per turn where I can drop a card that's underneath him to give him plus 5k for the battle.
Okay, great. Just for you viewers that don't know.
Yeah. Assuming it's probably a handful of people, considering how this
Everyone
deck's
knows what
not
this does by now because if they've watched the other interviews at least.
That's fair. Okay, so I'm going to swing with my leader on your Unison.
Declare block. With
Okay.
Yamcha.
With the 4K guy.
The 4K Yamcha, yeah.
Okay. So fun fact, you don't actually tap yet. If we want to keep going down this judge rabbit hole.
Yeah, alright.
So first I resolve my autos, then you choose to do that.
Of course.
I
just declare block.
Nope. You don't even have to declare anything at this point.
True.
You the trigger condition goes live, so now your blocker skill's in pending, and you only have to tap and notify me of your action when it's your auto's time. Okay. So don't give away the plot, players out there. You know, you don't have to overcommit yet. Yeah.
You just have to have it on board, guys. You know, you can't play it during the.
Yep. So I will play from my hand with my auto ability a General Rildo. Any responses to him coming out?
No response.
Okay, he has an auto when play, draw a card. And then now you can activate your blocker.
There we go.
Cool. All right. 15k at your blocker. see ya. Okay. Let's see. I'll pay 2 energy to activate the Union Absorb on General Rildo.
Yep.
I'll choose the Super Sigma in my drop area for this one. Place it under this card, and I can play a General Rildo, cost 5 from my deck or hand on top of this card and shuffle if I look through it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll play old one. I'll do it from my hand. So I get to draw a card for doing Union Absorb. Any response to him coming out?
No response.
Okay. So when I play it, all your battle cards get -10 for the turn.
Yep.
Okay. And then I will attack your Unison. My auto goes on into pending.
I'm going to declare counter.
Okay.
Freezer.
Okay. Then I will resolve my auto, which negates all your battle cards 10k for the turn again. So I believe that'll drop the Vegeta, and now Frieza goes down to 5k.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see. I think that'll do it for me. So I'll pass back to you.
All right.
Yamcha is saved.
He needs help. He always has needed the help. Ooh, I don't want to charge any of my cards.
It's a unique phenomenon that I do think about when I build the deck. Not that you want to put bad cards in your deck, but, what cards are you going to charge, right? Every card should be good.
+0. I mean, it's normally the 4-ofs that I go for.
Mm-hmm.
They're both 20 and 25 on the board, aren't they? Okay.
Yes.
I'll swing.
And this guy's got barrier and blocker, and this guy has double strike.
Alright. I'll swing at your leader.
Leader on leader, no negates.
Auto, take on life. Check the top 5. Grab Piccolo. Piccolo comes into play rested. I'm so glad I didn't whiff twice this game. That would have been really embarrassing. I swear I play enough 1-drops. And his auto, draw a card. And that's just gonna be 10.
Alright, we'll let it chisel.
What's up? What's the cost of your
4 and 5.
$15 at your leader.
Is that the Frieza doing that?
Yeah, Frieza, yeah.
Sure. No negates.
Just 15.
I'll take it.
I'll pay 1 to play Vegeta. No target. KO. But I'll plus up. And I will swing 15k with Vegeta to your leader.
No negates.
Just 15.
I'll take it.
And then I pass.
Okay.
Slower start than I would have liked, but it's yellow, it's fine.
Okay. Let's see. Charge General Wildo. Okay, let's do some stuff.
Please, no.
You're at 5 life now?
I am at 5 life, yeah. Are there any rules stating specifically how your life has to be placed? Or...
Well, it needs to be in the life area, it needs to be face down, and it needs to be legible to the opponent. They need to be able to know how many they have. Yep. You know, basically, my kind of rule of thumb when I'm walking the floor in an event is if I can't tell what you've got going on, then that's a problem. So.
Fair enough.
Let me see, what do I want to do here? I'm gonna start with paying 1, and I'll attempt to evolve Metarildo over Super Sigma. Any responses?
No response.
Okay. Then I'll resolve my auto for my leader to draw a card, and I'll resolve his auto, opting not to draw a card to get a Planet M2 in the deck.
Okay.
Nice
What
planet.
keyword skills does the 5-drop have?
I'm sorry?
What keyword skills does the 5-drop have?
Just blocker.
Just blocker, okay.
He's a 25k blocker.
Alrighty.
He also has a very interesting ability on his Activate Battle, which is something you don't really see too often, which is it's Activate Battle once per turn. I can place 1 card from under him in its owner's drop area, and then I can choose one of your battle cards and put it in your life. And then he gets to switch to active mode. So I guess it's an interesting defensive threat, or if there happens to be a random target that doesn't have barrier that you just want gone.
So
you know, big,
there's
no cost limit or anything.
My battle card goes into my life.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so if there was like a big SCR or a big threat that doesn't have barrier, it is interesting that it could take care of those.
Yeah. Or if people are relying on being awake, you
yep,
be
exactly.
like, nope.
Trying to get shut off a super combo, put you at 5 while you're, sitting on a bunch of good super combos in your hand.
That's almost degenerate, like giving people
it could be
advice
interesting,
to
right?
exploit them.
Or the fact that I can do it in defense to your swing as well. So if you swing with someone who doesn't have barrier, I could just say, nah, go your life instead. Especially after you combo out or anything like that, so don't make that mistake.
100%.
Okay. When my mechanized planet comes into play, I get to draw 2 cards and discard a card from my hand. Discard Super Sigma. Okay. Let's do some stuff. Okay. I'm going to attack your Unison with the Double Striker.
No negates.
Alright, so Mega Frieza loses 10k. And then I'll leave it at 25k on the Unison. Double Striker.
Yep, down to 2.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Pay 1. Attempt to EX Evolve. General Arildo, the old one.
What does he do?
On play, nothing. But he's a 30k double striker. Oh, and I have to put a card from my hand in one drop. Yes. Do that.
Wait. Before you do that, I'm gonna counterplay him with Super 17 Sibling Absolve.
Okay. Well, it's actually a cost of the EX Evolve.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
gonna go
fine.
ahead and
Yeah,
resolve that.
excuse me on that.
No, you're fine. I'll put it down there. Okay, your counterplay comes out. I don't have any counters to your counter,
So I'll absorb your 5-drop then.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoop. So that's 3 cards underneath.
Do they all come with him, or?
They do, because he's just, we're going battle area to battle area.
Oh, wow. So... Interesting. Okay.
Okay. And then this Rildo is negated, right?
Yeah, he has his skills negated for the turn. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, that does change things a little bit. Okay, I'll be a bit of a jerk, I guess. And I'll attempt to evolve the other Rildo on top of him.
That's fine. What does he do?
Nothing on play, but he's a double striker, 30k, with barrier and blocker. And he has an activate battle skill, not once per turn, but only can be used on your turn. On your opponent's turn, I should say. I have to put one card from underneath him in the drop. I can switch him to active mode, and he loses 5k power for the turn.
Very nice.
So, basically a restanding blocker. Okay. I will attack. I'll attack Mecha Frieza with my leader.
No negates.
When he comes into play, I will play General Rildo on the auto. Any response?
No response.
Okay, I get to look at the top 5 of my deck for a machine mutant. Not great, but I will take another 7-drop Rildo.
A lot of big cards coming out already.
And I will leave it at 15k onto your 5k Mecha Frieza.
So the 7-drop has barrier, right?
Yes.
Okay. That actually is kind of annoying. Yeah, Frieza just dies.
Okay. And then I'll attack your Unison with the 7-drop.
Let's change plan. Okay.
Okay. Doesn't that always hurt when you have to do that? Pay the cost to use them?
I don't know.
Better than the alternative, I suppose.
I prefer to draw from it 100%, but yeah, no, it has its place. Don't really run any hard negates in my build.
And then that's going to be it for me. I'll turn it over to you.
Except for Frieza, of course. Okay. Still in the land of not wanting to charge any cards. Pass up. I'll pay free to play. Actually. I'll swing your leader. Block is coming into play regardless of whether I wanted to or not.
Okay. No negates.
Auto, take a life. Check the top 5. 2, 4, and 5. Grab your armchair. that's just going to be 10.
Okay, let it fizzle. But before the end of battle, I'm going to do the activate battle on my 7-drop. And trash a card underneath and switch him to active mode and make him minus 5k.
Yep. +0 on Yamcha. Let's draw a card. I'll pay 3. I'll play Gohan.
Okay.
Maybe not the best move, but I'll awaken. So I'll restart. -3. To give these two 5 until the end of your turn and triple attack. 25 at your leader.
Single strike?
Yep.
No negate. How do you go to 35?
He's at 25 because of the extra
I didn't see the
5.
super combo. All right.
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Yep. All good. Yep. Okay. I'll take it.
He stands. 25 again at your leader.
That one I will block.
Sure. And he's currently at 25, isn't he? So.
Yep.
I will.
Any combos from you?
Yeah. I will. A super combo. And that's just going to be 35 to your block.
$30. 30. 35. $40.
40k critical to your leader.
No negates.
40k crit.
I will do the activate battle again. The general. Now he's only at 20k for the turn. And then I'll take the hit. Down to only 2 life.
$25 at your leader.
No negate. Any autos?
No, just 25.
Alright, I will block. So, are you still just leaving it at 25?
Yeah, just 25.
I wish this could hit Unisons, this mechanized planet. That would be very handy here. I'll go to 30.
Alright. And with that, I will pass my turn.
Alright. Survived. Always get nervous when that Gohan comes down.
Yeah, he is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that with the Zenkai stuff, it kind of balances unisons a little. Like they might become a bit susceptible to maybe what the Zenkai deck does.
Yeah, I'd imagine we'll see something, right?
Well, I think there has been. I can't remember if a card has been revealed or not. If it had takes markers off. Be wrong about that. King Piccolo deck.
Charge. Man, I haven't seen a single one of my extra cards through any method other than searching this one out. This game. Okay.
I did notice you had a lot of battle cards going on, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's figure out what I want to do here. Okay. Pay 1. Attempt to evolve. Oh no, sorry. Wrong way. I have to pay 2. Pay 2. Grab a Super Sigma from my drop. And then attempt to evolve.
I'll make him come into play rested.
Okay. I will draw a card. And then draw another card. Okay. I'll attack your leader with my leader. Okay, what's that one do?
He comes into play rested, and then his on-play auto is I can Spirit Boost 1 and KO a 5-drop or less, and he goes to the drop as well, and I draw a card.
Okay, it's an on-play auto?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do my on-play autos first. It negates the attack as well?
Yeah, it negates the attack, yes.
Good card. Alright, then I will play a General Rildo with my auto.
The card has to be rested that I KO as well, and 5 autos.
Gotcha. 3, 5. Take a super combo. Okay, that's it for my on-play, or on-attack autos, I should say.
Okay, so I resolve now. Spirit Boost 1. He goes to the drop. I'll send you a 5-drop to the drop. It doesn't have barrier, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay, so that goes to the drop, and I draw another.
Yep. And then I believe Gohan loses his power boost, yeah?
He does, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Back to me. What do I want to do? That was very annoying. Let's see. I wanted to eat your Super 17 or put it in your life.
I want to keep it.
Pay 2. Attempt to do that again. Union Absorb. On the 1 cost. Let's see what we do here. Okay. Attempt to play 5-drop Double Striker. Alright, so that negs your battle cards 10k on play. And then I'll have him attack Gohan Unison. Any counters?
Sorry, just thinking. No counters.
Okay. So that will negate your battle cards an additional 10 on swing.
That's fine. And any combos? I'm assuming not.
How big is Gohan?
He's a 20.
Yep, so we'll just let it rock. Say goodbye to Gohan.
Bye.
So that's got Super 17 at a 20k now.
Correct.
So I'll attack him with the 30k double striker.
I'm going to counter that with Release from Evil.
Sure.
Any combos?
So that
Or your auto.
really just makes him not able to stand up this turn.
Yeah, well, negates his barrier and all his
Okay, yeah, so you can blow him up or something like that, sure. No, I'll leave it at 30k.
I'll go to 30, unfortunately. That's the best I can do. Yeah, so he dies. Gets removed from the game. You get your 4 battle cards back.
Yep.
And then at the end of battle, Kefla will bottom deck your 7 drop.
Sure. Okay. And then I'll pass back to you.
Alrighty. My hand size is very small.
What is your hand size? Mine's only 4.
Same.
Okay.
Before charge. Oh goodness. We'll pay 1 to play Vegeta. Any response?
Oh, sorry. Moment. Paying 1 for the Vegeta Unison. No response.
Okay, I'll plus up.
Okay.
I'll swing leader to leader.
No negates.
Auto. I'll play Piccolo from hand. Auto, draw a card. Auto, draw a card. And that's just going to be 15.
I'll pitch one of the cards underneath my leader to make him a 20 for the battle.
Yep. I top deck pretty lucky, to be honest.
Nice.
We go.
Oh boy. All right.
I cannot complain. The other card's not so good, but that's okay. You only need 1. I'll plus up. I'll swing 25 at your leader.
No negates.
25.
Super combo. Finally got one. We'll go to 30.
Oh, also, I forgot to. I guess it's choose up. Yeah. I forgot to declare to kill your battle card. That's my bad. There.
Oh.
25.
Okay. Which one? This guy who just kills him?
Yeah, it kills cards equal to the amount of unisons, but it's choose up to. So
gotcha.
When
that's fine. We
up,
can let him drop.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so I could every time I play Gohan, I could essentially get rid of 7 rested cards. It's kind of silly.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, 25 again.
Second swing. No negates.
Just 25.
Take it.
And then final swing. 25.
No negates.
I'll pay 1. Combo with Clan of the Terror and Mecha Freezer to 35.
Best I can do is 25. You got it.
All right.
Good game.
Good game.
I didn't see. I only saw that one super combo, no violent raise, which would have been good against Gohan, and no after image technique. So unfortunate, but that's why it's a casual deck.
Yeah, 100%. This deck's maybe a bit higher on the power level.
That's okay. Still a fun match, and always good to play with cards that I don't get to play with. If anything, you've done me a service because now I've got him wanting to play with these guys out of my system. No danger of me bringing it to locals anytime soon.
Well, that's good. Well, thanks again, David, for the interview and the game. I hope you've had a good time. Any final thoughts and anything you want to say to the community that might be watching?
No, thanks for everybody who watched and listened, and let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, 100%. So thank you very much, David, and yeah. I hope you have a fantastic season. I'm sure you've got a very busy schedule coming up, and yeah,
it's about to enter. The back half of the year is always busier. So
everyone, make sure you read your cards if you're going to Nats. Give David an easier time. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot again, and yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.